Hey guys, we're back working on the skidoo project. It's part 2. Let's see what we got. I went earlier down to the local park store and got us some brand new plugs for her. So the guy said he got new plugs. I don't know, I'll keep them, I'll clean them up, but it's always nice to have a spare set of plugs. But I put them in, I got to pop a couple times, but it's not running right. Time to start breaking her down. All right. Hey, ow! That seems like a decent angle. Want to get yourself a little pair of needle nose grippers here to take off these exhausts, but pull these out and start getting rid of stuff we don't need in here. Like these spark plugs. Oh, those are going in the trash. Or I might clean them up. I don't know. One of the two, but they're just champions of crap. Throw them away. Throw them away. They are garbage. Hey, that's one thing none of my other sleds ever had either. This has got both of the hood leashes on it here, so that's a first. There's a first for everything. Now I did give her a couple pulls. She did spit and sputter just a little bit, so I should have videoed it, but I didn't. But we're gonna start with pulling these. You just want to use your needle nose, nice grips, and you just pull against. Now I recommend to have somewhere to put these little suckers so that you do not lose them. We are not having a lot of luck with you. Needle nose gripper. Yeah. Alright, so here's another one. What in the hillbilly tarnation do I got going on here? Oh yeah, that's the aftermarket pipe right here. So that's nice. But what in the hillbilly? Alright, we got double spring. And in case I ever forget, and if you guys aren't very experienced with taking this stuff apart, you know, it never hurts to take a picture. Just like when you take apart drum brakes or any kind of brake assemblies and you're not sure if you're gonna know how to put it back, you can always just take a picture of it before you take it off. That's a nice tip. Hello. Oh, this camera's really getting annoying. All right, we got a spot. Hopefully that's a good spot. Let's move these out the way. Ooh, yeah, she's puking. She's puking out a bunch of crap. What do we got coming out of there here? Oh, there's a mouse nest up in here. Woo-wee, would you look at that big old mouse nest? That could probably deter us from starting, hey. You can't puke out, you can't get rid of our nest. Oh, we got some mice living up in this puppy. Oh my golly, folks, y'all seeing this? Look at that nastiness. You see what you find? And look at that. Someone tried to use some ATV seal to seal up this exhaust pipe right here, which I find kind of funny. Quite hilarious there, guys. Nice job. Nice job. The guy before me, I don't know if he's gonna watch this or see what's going on, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this thing did not run for him because of a back pressure issue. Because it cannot relieve back pressure when there's mice living in your exhaust. So, I mean, look at this nasty mess. Again, when we pulled the exhaust off, it's got this big, huge, nasty mouse nest in it. I'm gonna have to probably walk up into my house and grab me some glovies. I normally don't use gloves, but one of my bugaboos. Mice nest, mice poop, mice piss. I like my stuff when I work on it clean. I bet this mouse right here is gonna be pissed off. Let's see if we can find some skeletons. Let's go in there and see if we can find some skeletons, y'all. Let's do this. All right, we got the chain case fluid changed. Chain case fluid change that you can put in. They have a special skidoo chain case fluid, and I've looked up and you can also use just regular synthetic gear lube, some 75/90. So you can use 75/90 if you don't have a power sports dealer around you or anything where you can't get the actual skidoo chain case fluid. All right, well, we have all of the exhaust off like you seen last time. But went through, shined up everything, put an extra set of spark plugs in the compartment on the side over here. That doesn't sound good. That don't sound good at all. All right, well, that flipping sucked. Flipping mic right here. It ran for me really good when I first put the exhaust on before I filmed it. As soon as I go grab a camera and go to film it and go test drive it, now she wants to start running all funky on me. I think the carburetor might have sucked something out. So I'm going to pull the carb, both carbs, and clean those out. Okay, now we have our carburetors out, disconnected. They don't look too dirty inside there at all, so it's not looking like they're probably clogged up. So now we got to pull these 4 screws on the bottom of each. 4 Phillips head screws. Right there, right there, right there. Right there, right there, right there, right there. So we're gonna pull those out and then we'll take a look inside these carbs. Now that we got the bowl off the carburetor, we want to take out, there's one little jet right down in this little guy. I want to take So this little guy's plugged. We're gonna take a little wire, little piece of wire. You don't want nothing too big because you don't want to hone out the size of the jet. So you just gotta take a little wire, push the little wire through. You can see through it. Get all that gunk out of there. And then there's holes on the side here that you want to make sure are clear as well. Both sides. Carb, choke, and parts cleaner. Go through a lot of that. Around here. Inside, well, the opening of my shop here, the space heater. Bam! Because it is cold outside, and the shop just got all sorts of fumed out from mosquito over here. So, this is kind of like my little break area where I said I'm actually watching one of my wife's live streams right now.
Continue on that.
Boom, check her out.
Trying to figure out times for
Again, that's at outcountry.com or outcountry on YouTube, not outcountry.com. Goddamn mess. Alright guys, well I pulled the manifold off top of here. So I was looking to see at the sleeves. I was told this had new ring kit and it was all honed out and nice and pretty inside, so I wanted to check that. And we weren't running quite right, so I wanted to also check the valves in here. This valve on this side was froze up. It was not moving at all, which was causing the motor not to run correctly. So I don't know if you guys get me in the picture, but these valves are supposed to be able to move. This side, you can push on it, it springs in. You can feel it move. This side, when I pushed down inside here, even though you can't see right now, but now you can see from the outside. You see this moving? It should be freed up like that. Alright guys, I think that's going to conclude the end of part 2. I did find out, which I am pretty certain that this is going to affect the way the snowmobile runs. It's this valve. It's got some beat up marks right here on the inside. It's sticking. It's a sticky valve. So I called a scrapyard around here. Tomorrow, you guys might be coming with me. That'll be part 3. Going to retrieve parts and what we pay out for parts like that. But yeah, I'm also gonna see about lines, how much I can do all these lines for, because you know they're just not connecting completely right. But I have a good strong feeling here. If I get this new valve in here, I'm gonna check everything else. I'm gonna check out the lower end before I go any farther, because I did open her up and I want to make sure there's nothing in the lower end here that's going to cause any damage going further. Adventure. Go tomorrow. Go to the snowmobile scrapyard. See what's going on there. So, hopefully you guys had fun. Hope you learned something hanging out. I'm learning stuff all the time. As I said, I'm not an expert on all this stuff. We're gonna make it run a lot better. We're gonna be zipping around. So we'll see what we can do.